In the mood to begin.
17.
All right. With Miss Rosa.
Yes.
We on Facebook Live. And I
want to
wanted
be on
to
Periscope.
ask you, well, plug into Periscope then. Plug
I don't know how to
into
do both of
Periscope.
them on my
Look,
phone.
hey, Happy New Year. TGIM.
She was scared to touch it.
Thank God it's Monday. I don't want that noise. I don't want that noise too loud for my ear. Thank God it is Monday. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit down.
I gotta get them to sit down.
Thank God it's Monday and the day back in the place with Mr. Roland Grimes is our engineer over here, rocking and rolling. We came in on what's his name again? What's his name? Help me out, y'all. What's the one with the big clock? Come on, y'all. Everybody knows. Everybody knows Flavor Flav. So we came in today on Flavor Flav. That is how we bringing in the new year, rocking and rolling and ready to go.
Some Flavor Flav. No, that's not true.
So, thank you for another week, another year, as we do a recap. Rosa J is in the house with me today. It's raining out there, but guess what? The sun is shining in here.
Yes, it is.
All righty. So, our intro today, Live Today Health Talk, we are going to do a recap on the herbs and spices that we talked about last week and talk about some of their medicinal healing properties that are already, most of them, in your medicine cabinet. How about that? So then we're going to talk about, share on the essential oils, and one of the essential oils that we're going to share on today is also on the list of the healing herbs and spices. But before we go into that, our disclaimer, as always, we do not profess to be medical MDs. However, we are health coaches, and everything that we share, health and wellness, if I may say, and everything that we share here is public information. So if you don't find it when we say Google it or on medpub.gov, then we will give you the additional websites to look it up. But it's all public information. So yes, please do your due diligence. Shout out to our sponsors as well. We want to thank Charlene B, Rosa J, Tiffany D for holding it down for these past episodes. Curves of Fort Washington, thank you, the ladies, for being there. Also with Longevity, Team Victory, with TLC, Team Freedom to Victory. Oh my goodness, we could go on and on with the teams that have supported us and have propelled us into this health talk. Dr. Wallach with Longevity, we love you so much. Thank you for sharing all of your knowledge with us and helping us to understand the importance of feeding our bodies right with the proper nutrients. Thank you so much. So if I may digress a little, before we get into our main discussion, I'd like to share a little bit that I overheard from one of the other segments that are here in the studio. I think it was Friday night. The Lieutenant Jones, aka Dodge City, came in and shared on the Veterans Report. And he shared on one of our fallen comrades, Ronald Walton, aka Oil Can, who passed on the 27th of December. I just like to say to Lieutenant Jones, thank you for all of the kind words that you shared for that NCO, and to Keith Miles, and to you have in here, I think, Mr. Aker, that was in here with you. I don't know him personally, but I did know Orcan, I do know Keith Miles, and I just want to say thank you for giving the NCO Creed their due diligence, because those NCOs are the backbone, as we know, to the Army, and thank you as a lieutenant for giving them their props. We're going to miss Orcan, and now I only wish that when I saw him 2 months ago, and he told me that he was doing much better, that he had relocated down to North Carolina, so he wasn't going to be here long. but when I saw him, I wish I had shared part of this health message, and that's a lesson learned. So everyone that I run into, regardless of whether they tell me they're no longer taking the medication or not, I still need to be more active in sharing the health message, to check in with them more often. Because if Lieutenant Jones was right, we lost Orcan to cancer. And even though we see people and they tell us their cancer is in remission or they're doing fine, we just need to stay in contact with them. Stay in contact with them. But he was one of those old soldiers, so we know that they don't die, they just fade away, because he will always be in our memory. And some of the things that he shared with me as an NCO as well, not just with Army camaraderie, but even some personal things when we had some one-on-one male to female chats like I do here with Mr. Rowland, talking about relationships. And he was an old soldier, so he was full of knowledge, so much for that. Again, the Veterans Report, I will be tapping in with you because you shared some other things you guys talked about that hit me dearly, and some things that I had, I guess, put into remission when we talk about some of the things as the DC Guard and a predominantly black organization, and some of the things that we went through as we went forward, and some of the treatment that we ran into, but we were able to overcome it. So it almost brought some tears to my eyes when I listened to your report. So I know that I will be in touch. All right. So let's move on, because I don't want to get so somber on this New Year Day. All right. I don't want to get somber.
But leaving this planet is not a somber time for real.
No, not leaving
because
the
you
planet.
have touched so many people's lives, and you really don't know.
No.
So you're just moving to another space, another place, and another mission. And I am so grateful for the ability to recognize.
Well, thank you. I'm not somber because I've also started forming a relationship with my father. So therefore, I'm not somber about death at all. Not somber about death at all. But just wishing that as you hear, as people leave you, that you planted that seed for them, that you gave them that opportunity to smile, that you gave them that sunshine while they were in your presence to take with them, So, again.
It's amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, we are going to talk about some herbs and spices that are right in most people's pantry, and you do not realize the healing properties that they have within them.
Can I say something before we start?
Ma'am.
I really desire to give this message to everyone who's making their goals or their plans for what they really want to do for 2017. And I really would love for us to realize that our greatest wealth is our health. That's it, that's all.
Yes, it is.
No matter how much money, time, freedom you have, if you do not feel good, it's waste. It's wasted. If you're not happy in this thing called life on earth, perhaps you might want to look into doing things differently. If you're in pain and you've been going to the doctors for eons, perhaps you might want to do something different. Perhaps you might want to go to another doctor or health physician, not a, what do they call it? Medical physician.
Oh, yes. Not an MD. Not an MD,
There's a lot of information on how to heal yourself. Not without doctors, because they tell you what's wrong. They have amazing tests. They also tell you what's right when you've changed some of your behavior.
Yes.
This is 2017. If you've been in pain and angst and anxiety, can't seem to lose the weight, perhaps you need to consult with someone who does it naturally.
Why not? If you've been doing it their way and it hasn't seemed to work, it's time for a change, right? Not saying that what the doctor is telling you is wrong, but what's not sinking in? What's not sinking in? So it's time for a change for you to get on that right track and figure it out. Because
And there's no judgment.
Nope.
I'm not telling you it's right or wrong. I'm just saying seek more.
Yep.
I mean, the Bible tells you to seek more for understanding. Take responsibility for all your actions, whether it's health, finances. I wanted to tell a story. And if this is not a health, well, maybe it is. I think it's all right. How
We'll
broad
see how it spins in,
your
right?
consciousness is.
Okay.
So, in my experience of New Year's Eve, I spent my New Year's Eve in the Unity of Washington, D.C. congregation, who I love immensely for a lot of reasons. And that's not important. It's me. It's what I love. However, part of our process is the burning bowl, where you write down all the things that you want to release. You want to release. For me, I desire to release smoking. I am sick and tired of smoking cigarettes. Really. And so I wrote that down. I am serious, God, creator, divine. I need some help. And I did some things differently. So then I desire to become financially free. I desire to become a multi-billion-dollar earner. Did you get me right? Did you?
Yes, I heard you.
A multi-billion-dollar earner.
All right.
In 2017.
And she just put that where?
I just put that out.
In the atmosphere. That's what I'm saying. All right.
And so,
Speak it.
just as I was, this is so amazing. Just as I was licking my letter and putting it into my purse, a good friend of mine, some of you may know Otto, I love this man, called me and said, Rosa, I want to gift you $500. And I stopped. Really? Really, God? I said, okay, I received that. How are we going to make this happen?
All right. It dropped right in your lap.
That was the first time. It
Okay.
dropped right into my lap.
All right.
See, to become a multi-billion-dollar earner, there are a lot of things that I must do. I must say yes to life. See, universe will bring me all kinds of ways to do that. But I have to get rid of all the ego, crazy stuff that society wants to tell me. So he proceeded to tell me how I was going to get this $500. So if you think you want to be a part of this, call me, text me, inbox me on Facebook, and I can surely show you the way. Gift you $500.
All right.
And tell you the story. But that's just how the universe works. You see, when you ask for something, it shows up instantaneously. But are we willing to get out of our ego mind that tells us how, when, what, where, and why? Fraud, scam, all that crazy stuff. Or do we just say yes to life? You're not really investing $500 because somebody's giving you $500. How easy is it to say yes to money? Especially money that's going to turn into serious wealth. Just a thought for your 2017 new great day. Just a thought.
Rosa J, drop that seed.
You
drop the seed.
Yeah.
Drop the seed.
Drop the seed and let God water it.
All right.
You just keep an eye on it, but God's going to water it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, so It's all good. 2017 is going to be my best year ever. And I know this. I receive it, I accept it, and I share it with you because I desire